Briggs on Books. Today, Fresno and Valley people, do I have a nice treat for you. I am here with Ashley Mireles-Guerrero, who is the new owner of Judging by the Cover. Know the expression, don't ever judge a book by the cover. Well, she has a new bookstore here in the Fresno area called Judging by the Cover. Welcome to the show, Ashley.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I am so glad you're here. How exciting to have a bookstore, and it's in the Chinatown area of Fresno. Can you tell the viewers, give them a little bit more description of the area where you're located?
Yeah, so we are in Chinatown. We're on F Street. It's 1029 F Street, F between Tulare and Mariposa. So that is going to be just west of the downtown area. If you're hanging out downtown, we're like a block away. You just got to go under the underpass, around the baseball field, and we're right there.
And you're right there? Okay, what a great location for you. So, everybody hears about what they call the big box stores. And, they've in the past sometimes have been up, down. So what is your vision for your bookstore?
Yeah, so we definitely want to grow. Right now we're in a 500 square foot space, and we have a very, very specific focus on books that have been written by historically marginalized folks and local authors. But we do want to expand into a bigger space so that we can get more genres in there. Right now I'm kind of playing with what we bring in based on what our customers are asking for, different themes for the month. But as we grow and expand, we want to keep things more permanently, have a more expanded romance section, more fantasy, because we keep getting asked for fantasy. But really kind of take up as much space as we can and host more of our events in store. Right now we do about 4 events a month, and we do take a couple of them out of the store space. So we do every second Tuesday a silent reading book club at Dulce Up Front, which is in the Fresno High area. And that brings in anywhere from like 50 to 150 people to just read silently with us. And right now our store, being only 500 square feet, can't fit that many people in it.
Right. Well, and as a retired school teacher and media specialist, silent sustained reading was just a really big thing. And it's, just even in its silence, having people around you and others around you is inspirational and kind of keeps you motivated to stay with it too, because there's a sense of there are other people there supporting what you do. So what a wonderful concept that is.
Yeah, it's a great community event because it brings together people who are reading without like the pressure of a traditional book club. You don't have to read the same book. You don't have to argue over opinions on the book. You can read your own book and then after share it with other people if you want. Once the silent reading time is over, you're free to leave, but you're also free to stay and mingle with other readers.
Okay, that's great. Well, one of the things we were talking about book clubs, and there are so many of them in the Valley. What I like is that you offer discounts to book clubs, and being a retired teacher as well, an educator, you also offer discounts to anybody in the education field. So can you just expand a little bit more on that?
Yeah, so we started our book club discount when we were still a pop-up. So if there is a book club that's trying to get a bulk order of books in, 10 or more, we offer 10% off. So we'll bring in the books, and then your book club members can come in and say, I'm getting this for the book club, and we give them 10% off. For teachers, we do the exact same thing. During the holidays, we started giving them just a 10% as long as you show us that you're some sort of educator.
Sure.
And that's just stuck with us. We decided to expand it throughout the whole year because we do get a lot of teachers that come in looking for specific books. We do books in Spanish and Hmong, which is a huge need in the Fresno area.
Great. That's an excellent concept, yes.
Yeah, so teachers are our biggest customers for those books. And we do have books for all ages. So we do from board book all the way up to YA and adult titles. And so teachers are the ones looking for every age level, and we love having them in and hearing what they're looking for in their classroom.
Well, speaking of the little ones, do you ever do a story time for the little ones? Are you thinking about doing that at some point?
Yeah, so we're working on that right now. We want to have it in the store space and kind of figure out a way to bring in either a former educator, or we have also one of our community partners has volunteered to facilitate it. So we're working out dates. If you are someone who's interested in attending our story time.
I wonder who might,
Yeah, we're working on the dates and kind of figuring out the logistics of it, but later this year we will definitely be launching our story time for kids.
That sounds fantastic. I think that's wonderful. And reading, we talk about literacy so much, and just the importance of reading. And there are children out there who are learning how to read, and not everybody has the same reading fluency and things, but introducing children to books and the love of reading. I know my daughter grew up in a library. I was a media specialist as well, and she has carried a love of books for years, which I think is great, and that's instilled so much by the family members. What are some other suggestions that you can offer to encourage children to get into reading?
Yeah, I think just being around books is a big part of it. I was also a library kid growing up, and when I was able to have books in my home that I was able to take home, that was a big, having ownership over the books really changes how you feel about them.
Sure.
I also find that a lot of kids, I know a lot of parents don't like graphic novels, but it's very common for kids to get into graphic novels and then start to get into other series. So I say encourage them to read the graphic novels, encourage them to read whatever they are willing to read, and then just slowly expand on that. And we've been very good about making suggestions when someone says, oh, my kid's only reading this one thing. We're really good at saying well, this is a middle grade reader that has similar themes.
Right.
You can do this.
You are absolutely right, because it's a transitional. I mean, the main thing is to find, even if the children are looking at picture books, find that interest that sparks them, and then just continue to move to it. And they progressively pick up into it. And through that, their interests may change along the way.
Yeah.
And, even with people who are elderly, and do you have large print books? Can you order large print books for people who may have some vision impairment?
Yeah, so we can get large print books in. We do also have a partnership with Libro FM. So if you are someone who is visually impaired, we can also provide audiobooks to you.
Excellent.
So we have that option. When available, we can also order in Braille. Those are becoming less and less common. Not as many publishers are creating them, but if they are available, we can order them.
Well, that's wonderful, Ashley. I just think it sounds like you have such a wonderful vision, and I think it's just fantastic that you are bringing this into the community. And it's so nice to have the smaller stores, I think, around you. It just gives you a sense of kind of like a home feeling and a sense of warmth. And I guess I'll never forget the movie You've Got Mail, and the sense of the small neighborhood bookstore and the presence that it really makes, and how much it really just touches and brings the community together.
Yeah, absolutely. Our ultimate goal is to be a community hub. We offer the discounts to teachers, we offer free books. We also have a Give a Book fund. So if you are someone who has extra cash and you want to donate $5 to $10, the next time someone comes in and says, I really want this book, but I can't afford it, we'll give it to them and take it from the fund. Our main goal is to just make these books accessible and available and get more books into the homes of people in Fresno.
Fantastic. Well, Ashley Mireles-Guerrero, thank you so much for coming into Central Valley Talk. I wish you all the success in the world, and I will definitely come down and visit, and I would love to be a guest reader anytime you have, offer that reading to children.
Yeah,
that would be
absolutely.
fun. Again, how can people get in touch with you if they want to contact you if they have any further questions?
Yeah, so we're online at judgingbythecover.bookstore.com. There is a form there. If you're an author interested in getting your book in our store, you can fill that out. If you just have a question, you can send us a message in the contact form, and that goes directly to me. We're also on Instagram. I'm chronically online, so I'm always available on Instagram. It's judgingbythecover.books.
Well, great. Ashley, thank you so much. And this is Hope Roski with Briggs on Books.